Welcome, friends. Today we embark on an enchanting adventure featuring two brave island explorers, Bucky the goat and Barabi the rabbit. This isn't just any tale, it's a story steeped in magic, mystery, and the heart of an ancient island where legends come alive. Before we dive in, let me introduce our heroes. Bucky is not your ordinary goat, he's curious, always eager to uncover the secrets of the island he calls home. With his sturdy hooves and adventurous spirit, Bucky is always ready to explore the unknown. His best friend, Barabi, is the cleverest rabbit around. With boundless energy and sharp instincts, she can navigate any situation. Together, they make an unstoppable team. One warm evening, under a breathtaking Bahamian sunset, Bucky and Barabi sat by a crackling fire with their wise friend, Papa Joe, the oldest tortoise on the island. Known for his captivating tales, Papa Joe began to share a story that would change everything. "Ah, the Junkanoo drum," he started, his voice low and serious. "Long ago, before even my grandfather's time, the first people of this island, the Arawaks, crafted a drum. But this was no ordinary drum. It had the power of the island woven into it. The sea, the wind, and the earth all answered its call. When played, it could stir the waves and summon the wind. It was the heart of the island." Bucky listened intently, his eyes wide with wonder. This mystical drum sounded like a piece of the island's soul. And as Papa Joe's words filled the air, a spark ignited in Bucky's heart. He had to find that drum. The very next morning, with Barabi by his side, they set off into the island's lush interior, determined to uncover this ancient treasure. Leaving behind the familiar hills and meadows, they ventured into uncharted territory, where the chirping of birds and rustling of leaves formed a symphony of adventure. As they journeyed deeper, the landscape transformed. The path ahead was a maze of roots, vines, and overgrown ferns, as if the island were testing their resolve. Hours passed, and just as the midday sun bore down, they stumbled upon something incredible: a cave entrance, almost concealed by thick vines. Curious, they approached. Symbols carved into the stone around the entrance caught Bucky's eye, swirling patterns of wind and waves, depicting the sea creatures of old. Barabi, ever vigilant, peered inside. This had to be the cave from Papa Joe's story. As they ventured into the cool darkness, the air felt charged with energy. The walls of the cave glimmered faintly with the same symbols they had seen outside, guiding them deeper. Then, from the depths, they heard a soft, rhythmic sound echoing through the cave like the distant beating of a drum. Suddenly, the ground trembled. Out of the shadows emerged three figures cloaked in woven palm frond robes, their faces hidden behind masks resembling sea gods and spirits, the guardians of the Junkanoo drum. One guardian spoke, "You seek the drum, but it is not easily found. To prove your worth, you must complete 3 trials tests that will challenge your courage, wisdom, and connection to the island's elements." Bucky's heart raced, but fear didn't stop him. He and Barabi exchanged determined glances, ready for whatever lay ahead. The first trial was the trial of the sea. The guardians led them to the edge of the island, where waves crashed against jagged rocks. A small boat awaited them, just big enough for 2. To pass the trial, they needed to navigate treacherous waters and reach the island of the Black Conch, where they would find the key to the next challenge. With Barabi perched on the bow, Bucky climbed into the boat, gripping the oars tightly. The sea was fierce, its waves towering and crashing around them, but Bucky rowed with all his might. Barabi, using her keen eyesight, guided him through the stormy waters. The sea was relentless, testing their strength and resolve. Water splashed over the sides and the boat rocked dangerously, but Bucky's determination never wavered. After what felt like an eternity, they finally spotted the island of the Black Conch. They reached the shore, exhausted but triumphant. There, half buried in the sand, was the conch shell, intricately carved with the swirling patterns of the island. Bucky recognized it as the key they needed to proceed. The second trial was the trial of the wind. The guardians led them to the highest point of the island, where the winds roared like angry spirits. The challenge was clear calm the winds. Bucky pondered how to tackle this challenge. Remembering the sea, he thought perhaps the wind was like the waves they needed to listen rather than fight. With Barabi hopping nearby, he closed his eyes and listened to the wind's song. Amid the howling, he discerned a soft melody, ancient and beautiful, carried on the breeze. Taking a deep breath, Bucky raised the conch shell to his lips and blew into it. The sound echoed through the air, mixing with the wind, and gradually the howling began to fade. The winds calmed, revealing the path to the final trial. The last trial was the trial of the earth. The jungle pulsed with life as they journeyed through dense foliage. Each step resonated with the rhythm of drums, drawing them toward their destination. Finally, they reached the oldest tree in the jungle, its roots twisting deep into the earth. At its base sat the Junkanoo drum, ancient, worn, but alive with the island's energy. As Bucky placed his hoof on the drum, the world around him transformed. The trees swayed, the wind hummed, and the sea sang in harmony with the drum's rhythm. He struck the drum, and the powerful sound echoed through the jungle, reverberating like the heartbeat of the island. In that moment, Bucky realized the true nature of the drum. It wasn't a tool for controlling the elements, it was a symbol of balance, a reminder of the harmony between the sea, the wind, and the earth. The guardians appeared once more, their masks removed, revealing their true form, spirits of the island, ancient and wise. You've proven yourself, Bucky. The Junkanoo drum is now yours to protect. But remember, its power is not for control, but for balance. The spirit of the island lives within this drum, and as its keeper, you must honor it. With the Junkanoo drum safely in their possession, Bucky and Barabi made their way back through the jungle, feeling the island welcome them differently. The trees whispered in the wind, the underbrush parted before them, and the distant sound of crashing waves was now a gentle lullaby. When they returned to the village, excitement buzzed through the air. The villagers gathered around, eager to hear their tale. But instead of boasting about their adventure, Bucky smiled and said, "The island tested us, and we listened. Now it's our turn to give back." Barabi, ever the lively spirit, chimed in, and you should have seen Bucky. He rode us through waves taller than trees. A real hero, the villagers laughed, but they knew Bucky and Barabi's journey was more than a simple tale of heroism. They had restored a lost connection with the island, one that had been absent for generations. That night, under a blanket of stars, Bucky sat quietly, gazing at the moonlit ocean with the Junkanoo drum beside him. He felt its rhythm beneath his hoof, a reminder of the bond he now shared with the island. Barabi sat next to him, watching the stars twinkle above. "Do you think it'll always be like this?" Barabi asked, her voice thoughtful. Bucky considered her words. "I think the island is always changing, just like us. But as long as we listen to the wind, the sea, and the earth, it'll guide us. It always has." Barabi nodded, her gaze drifting to the drum. "Do you think there are more secrets? More things the island hasn't told us yet?" Bucky smiled. "Oh, I'm sure of it. But those stories will come when the island is ready to share them." The story of Bucky the goat and Barabi the rabbit doesn't end with the discovery of the Junkanoo drum. This is just the beginning. The island, with all its mysteries and magic, holds many secrets waiting to be uncovered. But for now, Bucky and Barabi are content to be the guardians of something ancient and powerful, ready for whatever adventures lie ahead. For you see, the island has a way of calling out to those who listen. And as long as Bucky and Barabi are there, attuned to the heartbeat of the land, the sea, and the wind, they'll always be prepared for the next great adventure. This, dear friends, is the tale of Bucky and Barabi and their discovery of the mystical Junkanoo drum. A story of courage, friendship, and the unbreakable connection between the land, the sea, and the wind. Who knows what adventures await them next? Stay curious, stay brave, and until next time, keep the spirit of the island alive in your heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.